let's talk about a common symptom that pretty much all thyroid warriors struggle with, that I know I struggled with, that really just destroys the quality of your life. Let's talk about WTF causes bloating. Raise your hand if you have bloating problems. Seriously? I used to get so bloated. It was miserable. My bloating was so bad on a daily basis that it literally just like disrupted my entire quality of life. So when my clients are telling me about bloating, I'm like, I get it. Okay, let's talk about bloating, what's causing it, and what we can do about it, shall we? Because I don't know about you, but I've talked to my doctors in the past many, many times about how terrible my bloating was, and they just didn't have any answers for me. There was just really nothing they could say, and there was really nothing they even could do, and so I tried all of the over-the-counter stuff like Pepto, like anything that was like stomach relieving medication. I tried it, but honestly nothing worked. And I probably had horrible bloating for like a good 5 years. And I never woke up with bloating. And it seemed to come on like, I don't know, maybe around early evening, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon was when I started having a lot of GI discomfort. And I would notice that I'm changing my pants, my stomach started protruding. It would make me gassy. It would make me feel sick. And then that would make me kind of irritable with like people around me. And then it would escalate into me feeling like I needed to go to the bathroom. And I would go and I would sit on the toilet, but nothing would happen. And I would just feel super bloated and super uncomfortable and just horrible. And I didn't know what to do. And I just remember how bad it disrupted me from like having family movie night or going out on date night or like just life and living. And it was one of those symptoms that I was so grateful to get rid of because it was so uncomfortable and it hurt. It hurts straight up, So if this sounds like you, then keep listening. All right, so let's go into what are some of the bloating causes, okay? So number one, it's undigested food that is sitting in your intestines producing ammonia gases. And I mean, just think about that. That's gross. Undigested food, literally just sitting and rotting in your gut. Okay. And then it makes sense. Like as things rot, they produce gases. Like everything produces a gas as it decomposes or rots, even like in our landfills, our trash does that too. Number two, a toxic liver that is overburdened with poisons. Pretty much everyone has this too. And we get toxic livers from so many things in this life. From our environment, we inherit them through conception. We get it through our food and our water. It's just everywhere. Number three, pathogen infections. This was a big one for me. I had SIBO overgrowth. And SIBO overgrowth is streptococcus overgrowth, and the strep actually produces a gas too, which can make your intestinal lining protrude out. So it's like the undigested food gases, the pathogen infection gases, they like push your tummy out. Makes sense, right? And then we have other pathogens that we're fighting in particular, like H. pylori or C. diff or E. coli overgrowth or staph overgrowth. And I had almost every single one of these on in my body. And number 4 is low hydrochloric acid and low stomach bile. So this is the stomach acids that we have. They are low and unable to digest our food, which is why we have the rotting food in our system. And then the low bile production, which is from the toxic liver, and our liver isn't producing the right bile to help digest and break down our food. Number 5, mineral imbalances. Serious mineral imbalances go into this as well. That also are part of the reason why you have the low stomach acids, and it's like a big overall causer. Toxic heavy metal overload, which also disrupts our liver. And the last one, we're eating too high fat and have high protein, high fat diets that burden our systems, especially our livers. So all of that sounds like, holy freaking crap, that is so much. How do I help myself? Where do I begin? What do I do? And I know it sounds overwhelming, but honestly, what I love about my process that I help you guys with in your healing journey is as we heal one aspect of your body, it also carries over and it starts helping other parts of your body. So as we start to detox your liver and gently cleaning out your liver, that's going to help you produce better bile. That's going to help you have better stomach acids. As we rebalance your minerals, that's going to build your stomach acids back up. And these things also fight and beat down the pathogens and naturally kill off the pathogens. So it really, when it comes down to it, repairing this isn't as hard as it sounds. You just have to know what the hell you're doing, which is why you got me. So if I could tell you a couple easy places to begin on your own, this is what I would suggest. Recommend. These are some things that I did myself. Okay. What to do to help your bloat go down? Number 1, reduce the amount of high fat and high protein foods you are eating. For example, whey protein, pea proteins, coconut oil, milk, yogurt, peanut butter, almond butters. These things killed me. First of all, I couldn't digest the majority of them. I could not break down and digest peanut butter or almond butter because my stomach acids were so low. Hi, Carmen. I'm talking about bloating, so you caught me about halfway through. I suggest that when I'm done and I post this, go back and definitely listen to the beginning. Okay, this is good stuff. So, and these are all things that I've done in my healing protocol with my hypothyroidism and my Hashimoto's in order to help combat my symptoms. And so reducing the amount of high fat and high protein foods you have in your diet significantly helps decrease your bloating. So again, we are looking at decreasing things like dairy, decreasing or entirely replacing things like think dairy and eggs, because these are high fat, high protein, right? And as you eliminate these foods that your stomach has a hard time digesting and breaking down, and bring in the foods that are more beneficial, then you're going to give your system a break, and then you're going to gently detox at the same time, allowing this, situation to resolve itself. So if you're going to replace a high protein and high fat, what to replace it with? So I suggest bringing in a lot of leafy greens. Leafy greens, you guys, are like little brooms. That's the way I look at them, is they're like little brooms that go in to your intestines and they start sweeping out all of that rotten food in there that's producing the gases that push your intestinal tract out and cause some of the bloating, right? Totally makes sense. They are like a cleaning food. So bring in high amounts of leafy greens. So I would suggest putting spinach in your smoothies, having a lunch for a salad for lunch, having another salad, small side salad with your dinner, or you can make a salad your entire lunch, make a salad your entire dinner. Or you can bring in high amounts of fruits. Fruits, they help counter the mineral imbalances that are also stemming into the low stomach acids, the low bile acids. And fruits help bring in immune system builders, and they also are like a sweeping food that go through and clean and clear out your system. So are steamed vegetables. Now, I say steamed for a reason, because when you have low hydrochloric acid, low stomach acids, and you can't properly break down and digest your food, sometimes eating a raw fruit or a raw vegetable can hurt you as much as eating like peanuts or peanut butter, because your stomach is weakened. It's in a weakened state, so it can't properly digest anything, especially like meat or a fresh broccoli, or like almonds, like hard foods. That's the way I looked at it. So while you're transitioning into your healing phase, try to bring in more soft foods. And so that's why I always suggest to my clients, if it's hard for you to eat vegetables, if they hurt you, try steaming them always. And that will help you digest them and break them down. And then that also helps bring out the rotting food, bring in more minerals and vitamins, and that helps fix the situation, the bloating. And lastly, try to bring in fresh celery juice first thing in the morning. It was about a year after I started my healing protocols when I discovered celery juice and I started juicing. And I was like, yeah, I'll just give it a try, because I didn't really understand it. And I brought in the 16 ounces on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, like suggested, and I couldn't believe how much this helped my bloating. It was amazing because it's a detox. So if you're experiencing bloating because you have a poisoned and toxic liver, and just that one organ dysfunction is a catalyst for a lot of other things going on that are causing bloating, and the celery juice specifically heals that one organ, then don't you think you should do that? That's the way I looked at it. So fresh celery juice, 16 ounces up to 32, your preference, wherever you can begin. Some of my clients, they hate celery juice, so they'll start at 4 ounces or 8 ounces. Whatever they can get in their system is better than nothing. So I highly suggest this, you guys. And then after, you don't have to stop there. After you do the 16 ounces of fresh celery juice, indulge in some other fresh juice later that day. Remember, fresh juices are packed full of minerals, packed full of vitamins, things you need in order to detox, cleanse, and repair. So these detoxing foods, they are specific for helping to clean out your liver, your intestines, and help rebuild your low bile and stomach acids. Now, one thing that you guys have to remember, okay? It took a lifetime for you to get to where you're at. I started experiencing bloating in my 30s. So when I started all of my wellness protocols, I didn't expect my body to just heal overnight. It doesn't work that way. It takes time to detox out and start repairing. So please be patient with yourself. And please, especially, don't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Be patient. Remember, it takes time, and don't give up on yourself. So I hope you guys found this message on bloating helpful. And if you have any questions, please DM me anytime, you guys. My door is always open. So I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.